These Hot Idiots is a podcast featuring our hosts, two full-grown adult men. Together, they watch teen drama and young adult-oriented television shows one episode at a time. These Hot Idiots is a comedy podcast and isn't meant to be taken as real criticism. This podcast uses adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to These Hot Idiots episode 7. I'm not sick anymore. Yay.
He's not sick, and
I'm a little bit sick. It's fine.
He's recovering and much better than last week.
I'm recovering. Yay.
He has a new headset. Yay.
Yay.
It has a horribly bright light.
It's
Boo.
glowing.
We're working on that.
In the fucking dark.
Glowing in the fucking dark.
Well, at least this one turns off when you turn the computer off. The old one would stay on. It would just be glowing blue the entire night. I'd have to go and unplug it.
That's good at least. Yes. I'm Mega and here with Ashe on the ones and twos.
Uno, dos. Uno, dos. Uno, dos.
Deux.
That's how counting works.
We're here with Vampire Diaries Season 1 Episode 7 Haunted.
This season's been going pretty well. I would say it's a
title for this episode.
Lame title. I would say it's a B so far.
B. Good episode.
What's wrong with B?
Yeah. Point of order for this episode is I want to give kind of a content warning / trigger warning. I'd say a trigger warning more than anything because there are strobe lights in this episode, so if you have photosensitive epilepsy, or just hate strobe lights,
I fall into that.
I would not advise watching this episode.
I fall into that latter category. Like, I can handle strobe lights, but I hate them.
I can handle strobe lights, but I'm also just, I can see how it would be a problem for others, and I want to make sure to look out for our photosensitive viewers. Like,
there were some scenes that, hey, remember when we were watching that review of Catwoman? And, she goes to the club and she tries the remix. And then the lights go out and everything just starts fucking flashing. It's kind of like that.
It's like that. It's a bit of an overstimulation right there. And it's
I'm guessing they named this episode after a Taylor Swift song, but I don't think I've listened to Taylor Swift in any circumstance, really. I don't.
And also, that's a bit of a reach, honestly, in terms of
I don't hate Taylor Swift. I just don't care.
I'd say also just call it that it's a reference to a Taylor Swift song. It's just a bit of a reach.
I guess the episode, I guess it's a reference to a Taylor Swift song. End quote.
I mean, if that was the title, I'd love it, actually. Haunted, fucking, what's the little dash usually called?
A hyphen?
Haunted - Taylor Swift.
You've got it from a playlist.
Yes.
So Tyler, who's very dimly lit, is heading out for the night wherever he is. I think he's in a parking lot. Goes to his car.
Is he at the grill? I don't know.
The grill. I don't know if he's at the grill. He might be at the grill or the school. He just locks his trunk, gets in his car, and then Vicky's there.
It was so Vicky jump scare. It was so dimly lit. I actually thought this was Jeremy for a second.
Jeremy's got sad boy hair, and Tyler's got
sad boy hair.
Tyler's got a crew cut.
Yeah, so
it's
that's
just confusing because in the pilot, Jeremy had similar hair to Tyler.
That's probably why I get them so confused, is I'm so used to Jeremy also having a crew cut or kind of a spiked up thing.
He's just crying and shivering in the car with Tyler, and she's like, "I'm so hungry, and I'm scared, and I'm hungry," and Tyler's like, we can go to Arby's. I don't know."
Yeah. But eventually she's succumbing to the hunger. She craves blood. She tries to attack him.
Tyler just gets the fuck out of the car, and Vicky jumps after him, and then Steph just shows up and shoves her.
No. And Damon's also there.
I considering what's happened, like the last episode, I thought he'd want nothing to do with Stefan for a while, but
You think? But I guess he's trying to clean up his mess, as it were. He compels Tyler to forget, and then hurls him over a car, and Tyler kind of gets up like it's nothing.
yeah, it's like, you're not gonna remember any of this. Yeet! Just throws him over the car.
And you think hurling a guy with even like just a small portion of vampire strength, you think he'd be fucked, but no, he kind of got up like it was nothing.
You get a lot of scenes of Elena just waking up.
I just realized something.
Did you just realize what I realized?
That this episode has no diaries.
This episode has no vampire diaries.
There's no diaries. There's
Motherfucker!
vampires, but there's
I
no
knew
diaries. The streak is over.
The streak is over.
Ah!
There's no We are 6-1.
6-1. The streak is over.
I can't believe she didn't write in a fucking diary. Are the writers just like, I kind of hate this?
You think at least somewhere it would have replaced her talking to Jeremy while Jeremy does the worst thing, which is like he tilts his head into the sink to like get the water, like drink the water for brushing your teeth. It's like, Jeremy, use a cup.
Sometimes I don't have a cup.
Like, okay, sometimes you don't have a cup. That's fine. But I don't know. I feel like Jeremy could get a cup. I feel like Jenna is a responsible enough.
Jenna's not even in here this episode. What are you talking about?
Well, she's getting cups.
I went to the cup store. I went and bought cups.
I also tried to buy soup, but there was no soup at the cup store.
Why are you buying cups at the soup store? Wait.
Why are you buying soup at the cup store? Fuck you.
Where are we? Oh yeah, Elena's just like, hey Jeremy, you good? Jeremis, and he's
good,
like,
Jeremy,
and he's just like, I'm gonna skip school and I'm gonna go to the police and help with the search party, and then
yeah, he's joining up.
Elena's like, but school. It's like, Elena, I'm pretty sure you skipped school several times.
I don't know if she has yet.
Has she?
She's been at school functions, like she's done cheerleading practice. She was part of the car wash.
The sexy fire car wash.
The sexy fire car wash.
The sexy
yes.
arsonist car wash.
Sexy arsonist car wash, yes. But I don't think she skipped any, like... I feel like Damon and Stefan have skipped more, but they have the excuse of being vampires, so...
Yeah, but in response for Elena being like, you should school, just Jeremy's like, shut up, then leaves. Vicky ends up calling Matt while Matt's at school, and she's just like, I'm fine, you don't have to like come get me or join the search party. I'm good. I'll be home tonight.
She's good. She's just hanging out with Damon and Stefan while they kind of give her a crash course on vampirism.
Yeah, crash course on vampire stuff, and also Damon talking about his new compass. His vampire compass that points at him. It's like the vampire version of a stud magnet joke. It just writes itself. Oh, look at that. Who's a vampire?
It's especially strong towards sexy vampires.
Ooh, not Stefan. See, it's not pointing at Stefan.
But it's pointing at Damon.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, that's a very Damon joke. And I kind of love and hate that.
Stefan's trying to talk to her about, like, all right, so drink blood from this cup. We got to follow certain rules. And then Damon's, like, trying to counter-protest every rule he does. It's like, why can't she just, like, drink blood, and then, whoop, there goes their memory, and then just be on your merry way, instead of, like, killing a skunk in the woods, like a weirdo.
Yeah. Like Stefan's trying to get her on the animal blood diet, and Damon is just like, nah, just eat humans and then wipe their memories. It's cool. Totally cool.
Vicky
Fine,
kind
have fun.
of sides with Damon a bit, but Damon just calls them lamos and leaves. And when he gets to the door, he hears a knock. And it's Elena who just said, I want nothing to do with the two of you. She's back.
She's now continuing to have something to do with the two of them.
You suck at avoiding vampires, Elena. What the fuck?
You're pretty bad at it. Like, you're not like Bella Swan terrible, but like you're getting there.
Bella Swan could throw a rock and hit 3 vampires before it hits the ground. They just all
Like,
jump in the way.
Yeah. Like, I can't remember why Elena's here. I think she's because
she's
Vicky's
checking
here.
on Vicky.
Yeah.
And then, like, Stefan shows up as she walks into the house to check on Vicky, and he's just like, and she actually, I think Elena's like, you know, I don't want any more issues coming up in this situation. And then I was just like, Elena, vampires are nothing but issues.
Vampires are issues, Elena.
We're issues.
Stefan basically, yeah, we jump ahead.
Jump ahead. Bonnie is with the Graham. And she mentions that you're a witch, we're a witch, we're all witches. And I teach witchcraft at a university, and everyone thinks I'm a fucking liar.
Everyone thinks I'm a weirdo. And once again, the question is, were any of our ancestors burned at a stake? And it's like, Bonnie, historically, you should know that witches at the Salem trials were hanged.
They were hung.
They were
by
hanged.
ropes. They didn't wrap
By
their
ropes,
dicks around their neck and hung them by their dicks. That would be weird. Don't.
Or they had their bodies pressed with stone. More weight, Bonnie. Come on.
Or they were just thrown into a river and just like, you can't swim. It's fine.
She was human. You know, she couldn't swim.
But if she swam, she was a witch.
She could swim. She's a witch.
The mayor or Tyler's dad and his wife are bitching about.
Yeah, the mayor.
Logan fell. Is Logan dead?
Logan fell off.
And then she starts talking about
L plus ratio plus Damon bit you.
Yes, and she keeps talking about
Vicky.
I just need some kind of information. Like what kind of gender is the vampire? I don't know.
Yeah, she refers to Damon as it because they don't know who's doing the attacks. They just know that there's a vampire attacking. And then she's like, should I even be calling them an it? Is it a he or a she? And it's like, does it matter in this case if you're I think of it in terms of like animal attacks. When an animal attacks somebody in the woods, they usually try to go out of their way.
She attacked me.
Yeah, no one really like tries to determine a bear's gender after an.
Hold on, let me see your dick.
You know, no one's really trying to determine that after a bear attack. They're usually just trying to. Let people know,
they're wondering
if
they're wondering if they're in danger or not. They talk about how they have no leads, and then Damon's just at the bar and he's like smirking.
Yeah, you know, smug, listening in. I think.
Like, yo, we gotta find this vampire. And he's like, hey. That's how it goes.
I'm just thinking of that one meme where it's like the one guy in the corner at a party. I just want like Damon's face photoshopped out. They're like, yeah, they don't know that I'm a vampire.
They don't know that I went to vampire school.
Vampire Academy. Oh, we'll get to that eventually.
Yes. You know, I would say these Hot Idiots for like teen shows, but it might also just be for like shows about supernatural shit.
I mean, they tend to intersect a lot of.
I wouldn't mind watching Vampire Academy, or another potential season 2 was Teen Wolf, the MTV series.
Yes, and with a mid-season movie of the Teen Wolf movie, if we can find
Teen Wolf, also the Teen Wolf movie.
And Teen Wolf 2, the sequel to Teen Wolf.
So they revealed that this is a Halloween party that's coming up, which means
the Halloween episode.
I think the first episode happened like in September.
Probably. Yeah, because it would be coming back to school, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would actually make sense.
Caroline
Look at that.
Caroline hands her like weird pendant that she stole off of Damon to Bonnie because she's just like, I want nothing to do with this pendant. And then I'm
Part
just
of
like,
Bonnie's witch costume.
and it's just like, then go to the pawn shop. I don't know.
Yeah. Gotta be a pawn shop and spoons.
I would totally do that. Just like, oh, this guy, I stole this precious heirloom off a guy. I'm gonna sell it.
I was thinking you were going to the direction of a story about like a guy who runs a pawn shop for like magic artifacts.
But you can't tell anyone it's magic artifacts.
Yeah. Or something like that. Or no, it's just like it's genuinely like Pawn Stars, but somebody brings in like, yeah, I got like a crystal from a vampire.
Yeah, when you shine it in the light,
light,
it makes like a weird hex. I know a guy who knows about hexes. Let me call him.
I got an Apollo stone. It allows like vampires to walk around in the sunlight.
Well, I know a guy. I gotta call in a Franz.
Best I can give you is 1,500.
Best I can give you 1,300. I gotta make a profit. I gotta make a profit here, guys.
Gotta make a profit here.
I wonder if there is a Pawn Stars podcast, like recap podcast.
I'll be shocked if there isn't, and I will be especially shocked if they don't have Quinn reviews on it.
Crossover of the century, right there. You never know what vampire's gonna walk through that door. Just kidding. They have to be invited.
Never know what's gonna walk through that door. Except vampires, they have to be invited in.
We cut to Stefan extolling the virtues of coffee.
Yeah, drink coffee. It has iron in it. That's like blood. There's probably not iron in coffee.
No, probably not. But he's talking about how great coffee is because it gives your body heat and also caffeine, I guess. And Vicky interrupts because she's got to pee, and then she's like, "How do I wait? Why can't I pee if I'm dead?"
Before you could even ask the question, she does.
Yes.
And that was amazing. Like, and then it's just like, no, she doesn't have to pee. She just is really hungry for human blood.
Yeah, she comes back from the restroom and she's like, I guess I didn't have to pee. That's weird. And then Stefan's like, all these feelings in you, they combine anger, hatred, resentment, I guess really needing to pee. It's all one word. It's hunger. And it's just like, yeah. I don't go to the bathroom because I'm hungry. I'm going because something's coming out. I
go to the bathroom for the opposite reason of I probably ate and now I have to get rid of whatever I ate.
Do you poop like immediately after you eat like I do?
It's weird. I think it's a psychological thing because I know it's not like
I feel like they're not tied, but it just always seems to happen. Like I wake up, I go to work, I work for like 2 hours, I go to break, I eat a sandwich, and then I go to the bathroom.
Yeah. I think it's a psychological thing of like because you think you filled up your body more, you're getting rid of something else.
I'm releasing the gates.
Or maybe it's just because of or it's something because you work and because you're on the clock and you have to be like doing shit while you're on the clock. Your brain has just told you, okay, let's go to the bathroom now, so that way if we have to go to the bathroom later, it's not during work.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't have any control over that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Vicky talks about how she wants to hang out with Jeremy again. And Elena's like, why the fuck do you want to hang out with Jeremy?
Yeah, that's true. She doesn't have the best, like... The Vicky, Jeremy, Tyler stuff is a mess. However, it is becoming more interesting now that Vicky's a vampire.
And that she's dead.
We haven't gotten there yet.
We haven't gotten there yet, but she's dead.
She will die in this episode. Sorry, guys. Spoilers.
Spoilers for this episode that you're currently...
Spoilers for this specific episode after you're watching it.
So Elena's just like, look, motherfucker, like, I am not letting you near Jeremy. This shit that's happening to us is just way too much. Can't handle it right now. What the hell? And then Vicky just grabs her by the throat and pushes her against a wall.
Because she's mad about
she's met, like, if you cucked out Matt, my brother, and I'm mad about that for 18, 15
Well,
years.
she said you had Matt whipped for 15 years, and then you dropped him, basically.
And, like, when has Vicky ever given a fuck about Matt?
Maybe it's been kind of pent up.
Maybe?
You know, she does seem like somebody with a lot of baggage. She's addicted to ibuprofen.
Yeah, that is some real strong shit.
That's some real strong shit. Maybe she's always been there. We never really noticed it as much because usually they were
I don't know,
happening
but, like, I remember most of the conversation. She barely brings up Matt to Jeremy. Or she barely talks about Elena, too. Why the fuck is she mad at Elena?
I don't know. Maybe this is just something she was keeping inside.
Maybe.
Or maybe they just really need an excuse for Vicky to violently grab Elena in this scene.
Stefan comes back, and then Elena's like, she fucking threatened me, by the way. And then Stefan's like, she's unstable, considering that she's a drug addict and now a vampire. Like, she's just hungry, and we gotta sort her out.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we're gonna work on it. But Damon checks on Vicky on his own because, she's just like, so why did you make me a vampire? And he's just like, I got kind of bored.
I was bored. So this wasn't even a plan to get at Elena. This was just he was bored.
So he showed up to Spoons, Virginia, and just started fucking around just because he had nothing better to do.
Honestly, what I would do as a vampire too. Let's be fair.
You're just playing this like it's one of those like immersion simulators where just like it's like an open world RPG where you just do shit just cuz.
Just because at this point I've probably done everything.
You're playing Fallout 4 and you're just like dumping things on people. You're putting mines in their kitchen cabinets, that kind of shit.
Putting buckets on people's head and robbing them blind in Skyrim.
Yes.
I imagine after 100 years, you've probably read so many books, and it's probably gotten so boring. Like, watched all the movies, listened to all the albums. You gotta do something to mix it up.
I'm just imagining a vampire who's a music critic. Just like, he just writes up all these reviews, and it's like, these reviews go back 80 years. What the fuck? I like music. Anthony Fantano, I got my eyes on you.
This 3 buckets of blood out of 5.
3 blood buckets out of 5. Damon lets Vicky out of Stefan's bedroom and calls her like, "Why are you keeping her in here like Anne Frank?"
Oh, I missed that part.
You didn't comment on it at the time.
I missed it somehow.
Yeah, David calls her Anne Frank.
Oh, dude, I must have been writing some notes down or something. I missed that. Jesus Christ.
Damon, Stefan, and Vicky all go outside, and I just sort of commented on like, it's really weird they all just live together now.
They just do.
They just do? Like, Damon and Stefan like mildly dislike each other, but I thought it was like didn't he just get like imprisoned by Stefan a couple episodes ago?
Yeah, they seem fairly. I guess this is just. I guess time heals all wounds, and when you've got nothing but time, the wounds heal faster.
And you got a lot of wounds, and you got a lot of time.
And also, they have regenerative powers, so the wounds heal especially fast.
Time regenerates wounds due to vampirism.
Yes.
I don't know why they're all buddy-buddy now. It's weird.
I think it's more a tense, like, non-aggression pact.
So, Damon just shows off that he can, like, teleport behind people's backs. Nothing personnel, kid. And then Stefan's just watching this with his hands on his hips. And Vicky's like, watch this. And then she just runs into the woods, all sped up like...
Oh my god, the effect on this. We went back and, like, looked at this effect twice. It's like they cut frames or something to make this happen.
They just had her, like, run into the woods normal, and then they just cut a bunch of frames so she was like, no.
No.
And they're thinking, I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Vicky fast as fuck, boy.
And then David's just like, oops.
Oopsie. Let her go.
David's just like, I am over this shit.
Evan is just not happy.
Vicky goes back to her house and realizes she can't go in because she's not invited.
She can't.
Matt shows up. He's like, oh shit, you're back. Cool. Lets her in. Offers her a plate of hot dogs and tater tots. Like the little silver coin tater tots.
Yeah, how did he make these hot dogs? Were they boiled or were they microwaved? How did he do these?
Matt is a fast hot dog man. He makes hot dogs real fast.
Yeah, I guess they'd have to be boiled, right?
Either boiled or microwaved.
Yeah.
You can eat a raw hot dog.
Yeah.
They're already cooked.
Yeah, they might have been pre-cooked hot dogs. That's true.
Here's some cold hot dogs. That sounds like terrible.
It does sound pretty bad.
So they start talking, and he is just confused why she's left for several days and just comes back in the middle of the fucking night. But she keeps telling him just not to talk about it. And eventually she gets so mad, she stabs her plate with a fork so hard it breaks the plate and the tater tots go flying.
I think she smashes it with the dull end of the fork.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck your tater tots, Matt.
Man, I worked real hard on those tater tots.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Hey, at least eat your hot dog. Why'd you give her a fork for a hot dog? I guess it's for the tater tots.
You can eat your tater tots with your fingers, I thought.
You can probably do it. It's just they're freshly cooked and they're probably still a little warm.
Well, are you saying he's offering hot tater tots and a cold hot dog?
Hot tots and cold dogs.
Hey man, I got you your favorite hot tots and cold dogs.
Oh my god, I almost fell. I almost leaned back and fell out of my chair.
Don't die, fuck.
Oh my god. Alright.
And we're back at the Gilbert house, and Elena sees Jeremy again, and he's super worried. And it's like, hey, we can take your mind off this. Let's go to the Halloween thing.
Oh yeah, Stefan shows up because Vicky at some point runs off.
Yeah, Vicky
Stefan shows up to try to help.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Stefan shows up to try to help, and then I think she's just like, I don't want him here. Get him out. And then Matt's like, get her out. Close the door.
Oh,
not
man.
allowed. Get out, man. Jeremy's just like, Vicky's the only thing that makes me happy.
Vicky, Jeremy's sad because Vicky gone.
Jeremy's
Leah's like,
sad,
hey, why not
Vicky
just go to the Halloween party at the school? And like, yeah, okay. we get a text. The text from Vicky.
Vicky texts Jeremy and she's like, yo, I'm going to the Halloween party. Do you want to also go? And then Jeremy, who is just in a shot, holding his phone in like a neutral way, just types the entire reply without moving his fucking fingers.
He just squeezes on the keypad. He did not type. It was supposed to be he typed yes where, but he just squeezed on the keypad. It did not look like typing.
He squeezes the keypad, and then it just types in, yeah, where do you want to go?
Yeah. Bad.
Stupid. That's not how phones work.
Not how phones work. And now we're at the Halloween party.
Halloween party. Everyone's dancing. Yeah. They got costumes. Tyler's a Spartan from 300. Bonnie is a witch. Caroline is also a witch.
Yeah, fuck it. She got matching witch costumes for her and Bonnie.
Her and her friend. The mayor is dressed in like a 20s newscap boy outfit.
So it's actually because Damon refers to his wife. At one point, Mayor Lockwood fucks off, and Mrs. Lockwood's left alone to drink her alcohol. And Damon sits down up to her and goes like, "Hey, Daisy Buchanan," and she goes like, kind of gives him an affirmative nod. So they're Tom and Daisy Buchanan from the classic literature book, The Great Gatsby.
There's boobs in the cover picture in the person's eyes. There is.
I'll be shocked if that's true. I've never noticed it before. I feel like you're fucking with me. But also, and Elena is dressed up as like
A nerd.
Gary, blood nurse, and bloody Dr. Matt.
Bloody Dr. Matt, he's got a foot in his pocket. And Elena's that one girl from the Blink-182 cover.
She's the nurse in the Blink-182 cover.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I feel like it's supposed to be that they're wearing matching, like, Psycho Doctor and Psycho Nurse.
They said that they've got their costumes from last year.
Meanwhile, Jeremy got his costume from the future because he's dressed as Hook.
Jeremy is Hook Hajime.
He is Hook. The Hajime part is not part of Hook's name, by the way. It's just a silly thing that Ash says.
You don't even know me.
It's in reference to the Kata Hajime.
You don't even know me.
Transmission.
Enema
of the State. That's the name of the album.
Yes.
Yes.
When the husband, the mayor, leaves, just the Miss Lockwood is drinking, and then it just kind of fades into Damon's face from like 6 counters over, and he just does the eyebrows.
He does the eyebrows, as Ian Somerhalder is known to do.
Gets him every time.
It's eyebrow time.
Vicky is dressed as a vampire because of course she is.
Because of course she is.
She's walking through this party and she's thinking about necking. She's just looking at necks, like, oh, necks. And she walks through these fucking annoying ass orange strobe lights.
Oh my god. He's the neck.
It's like blue ones and then orange ones.
He's the neck of a dude dressed like the Nostalgia Critic.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Doug Walker, no.
Doug Walker, no.
And Stefan just grabs her and throws her into a room to talk to her, and like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Like,
oh, you're hungry right now because you're tempted by all the blood
and all the needing to pee. It's all related. You're hungry, you're tired, you're angry, and you gotta pee. And like, you need to go because a crowd is the worst thing for a vampire. And she's just like, I'm fine, shut up.
Vicky, eat a Snickers.
Vicky, you're not you when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers.
You're a vampire when you're hungry.
Oh no.
The thing is, you can find a Snickers real easy. They're at a Halloween party.
Damon talks to Miss Lockwood. Keep forgetting her first name.
Mrs. Lockwood.
Mrs. Lockwood.
I think it's Carol Lockwood, which is very similar to Caroline, which throws me off a little bit.
So he's talking to her about verbena because he's a Salvatore, and Salvatores have a lot of verbena. Hee hee. And he's trying to like get how much they know about her or how much they know about him.
He tries to compel her at first, but she's got like a bracelet or something.
She's got a bracelet with verbena on it, with verbena in it.
Yeah. So it's like she's blocking his compulsion. And apparently Zach was a member of the council, the Founders Council.
Yeah. Man on the inside.
Man on the inside. Because he was their vervain supplier.
Yeah, because he had the verbena room.
He had the verbena room. And then Damon killed him, but they don't know that.
They don't know that. He talks about it like, he's not answering my messages. Can you hit him up? I don't know.
He's like, he's out of town.
So they start talking about like, okay, so what's your plan on catching this here vampire? And she's like, well, I had a party and everyone I invited during the daytime, they're off the list. And then Damon's like, oh, is that so?
Completely oblivious to the fact that Damon is obvious.
Fucking idiots.
Fucking idiots.
These are our villains. Fucking idiots.
I don't even know if there are villains. Damon's still more of a villain at this point.
I don't know if he's a villain anymore because he just hangs out now. He just hangs out.
Does, but no one really likes him.
He's just that one guy you know that you kind of want him to leave, but you don't want to tell him to leave. So you just kind of hope if you treat him like shit long enough, he'll just get the hit and leave.
He'll get the point and just go, but he's not getting
it. But he never gets it, or he gets it, but like he's doing it out of spite.
Because he hates them just as much as they hate him, and he just wants to annoy the hell out of them.
very long, weird, complicated situation. Vicky and Matt and everyone just sort of all meet up, and Matt confronts Stefan, who's like starting to argue and shove each other a little bit. But Vicky runs off with Jeremy, and they start kissing next to a bus.
Go to make out.
They're going to the they're going to the makeout buses. The buses where you make out.
During their makeout session, Vicky bites Jeremy's lip and draws blood.
And he's like, "That's a little okay. You're doing the costume thing a little too hard.
You're doing the costume thing a little too hard. Also, didn't know you were into that. That's kind of weird."
That's kind of weird. Bonnie and Damon talk, but it's really awkward. And Damon's like, "Hey, that's my pendant. What do you got my pendant for?" And she's like, "Caroline gave it to me,
and I'm not giving it to you."
So he tries to like give it the little snatchy snatch, and it burns his hand.
And then Bonnie runs off because like, "Oh shit!" The magic.
Bonnie runs all the way to her house.
All the way to her house. Is it her house or is it her grandma's house?
It's her grandma's house, but she still ran the whole fucking way.
Still ran the whole way. Maybe she lived. I don't know.
Maybe. Then we get this really weird, like, I think it's like Elena running through the party. And like
trying to find Vicky and Jeremy.
She's running through the party and she's like looking at all these people. There's rats, fake vampires, people kissing, the nostalgia critic's back.
Nostalgia critic's back. There's a guy who's laying on a table and the people are eating spaghetti off of him.
Yeah.
That's like they're like they're pulling out his guts and he's got spaghetti with eyeballs in it on his
Ooh, spaghetti with eyeball.
It's a lot of silly fun. That's what makes these Halloween episodes good.
Eventually, so Stefan's like trying to tune in to where the fuck they are, but this party's like messing with his hearing. But he finally hears Jeremy after she starts licking the blood off his lip, and he gets kind of skeezed out and pushes him.
Yeah, she's like getting real. She starts getting real deep into the vampire phase. And just starts like, oh god, that sucking noise actually fucking pulled something out.
Suck.
Yeah, she's going at him, and eventually Matt kind of like pushes her off.
Jeremy pushes her off, and then Elena shows up, and she's still dressed as a nurse. She screams. She screams at her.
She have a 2x4
and then she grabs a 2x4 and fucking hits her with it. Oh! Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming to save the day.
Coming to save Hacksaw Elena Gilbert.
Hacksaw Elena Gilbert. Stefan gets there and he like separates the three and tries to grab Vicky, but Vicky gets away. And then they all kind of start walking towards the door. And then Vicky comes back and bites Elena on the neck.
Or she bites her on the shoulder.
Bites her on the shoulder. And then fucking...
She's not good at this.
And then Stefan grabs that 2x4 from earlier.
Or a different 2x4. But he grabs like a 2x4 of some kind.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot that she also throws Elena into the garbage.
She does.
She's got that wound on her side.
Yeah. This episode goes fucking crazy.
Yeah, a bunch of shit happens. It's difficult.
A bunch of shit happens. But Damon stakes Vicky. Stefan stakes Vicky.
Stefan stakes Vicky with the 2x4, which I didn't know. I thought was too big to be like a stake. But Vicky just fucking dies.
I guess that's just that's the thing. Like technically in vampire lore, I don't think it was even a stake that did in Dracula.
This is
so it
wood.
doesn't really. So it just really is a matter of just impaling them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Stefan calls Damon while Elena's just like, "Oh my god, Vicky's fucking dead."
Jeremy's just like, Vicky. Vicky's dead.
Vicky dead. Stefan calls Damon and asks him for help, and Elena's just confused. Bonnie runs all the way home, and she says that the gem she took from Caroline is just some garbage, and then her grandma looks at it and goes, "That's no garbage. this emerald or this gemerald
This
belongs
topaz.
to your great grandmother, Emily Bennett.
Don't think about it.
The handmaiden's quote marked.
Handmaiden.
Handmaiden.
Don't think about it, Bonnie.
Don't think about it, Bonnie. Don't ask why she's wearing that. Just don't.
Don't.
It's a whole can of worms. We're in Virginia.
It was around. Yeah, Elena eventually.
Damon eventually shows up, and then she is pissed at Damon, tries shoving him a couple times, doesn't work, slaps him in the face. He's like, "You did this. You caused Vicky to fucking die. This is your fault."
Your fault.
And Damon's just
What five fingers say to the face, Damon?
And Damon's just like, I literally do not fucking care.
Yeah, like he's just like whatever. Fun.
So he kind of like postures on Elena a bit, and then he leaves. Then everyone's like, "Oh shit, Elena, are you okay? I'm covered in fake blood from some guy."
And also actual blood.
Also real blood. Matt also asks where Vicky is, but Elena's just like, "I'm sorry, I haven't seen Vicky like all night." She just said a lie straight to Matt's face. And then when she goes to the car, she has a breakdown and starts hitting the steering wheel. I kind of wish there was like honk honk honk.
Yeah, he was hoping for like actual honk sounds, but no. It was not. It was very muted. They were much more respectful than we would have been.
I would do that. I would absolutely do that.
How much you want to bet that it was gonna make that sound and then they took it out?
Beep, beep. Well, I think they did in like Breaking Bad.
They didn't do it in Breaking Bad, probably.
They go home. Elena tries to talk to Jeremy about what just happened, and he's crying, and he's just like, "Oh, Vicky dead.
Everybody I love dies.
I was sad all the time, and she was the one thing that made me not sad when I went with her, and I did over-the-counter pain medication."
Elena comforts Jeremy.
Elena gives him a hug. Stefan's just sitting on the front porch, and he's just being kind of sad.
Moping.
He's moping. Matt is also sad. He's just like wandering around his house with the lights off. Elena talks to Stefan, and Stefan's just sort of like, I mean, I wanted to help, but like this kind of backfired. I don't know. So Elena's just like, look, I need Jeremy to feel better. I need you to compel him that tonight didn't fucking happen. And Stefan just counters like, my compulsion doesn't work that well.
It's not that good. So then Damon's
just like, I'll do it.
I'll do it. I forget what like he offers in exchange.
He doesn't offer anything in exchange. He just offers to fucking do it. And then
probably because he's bored still.
And then Elena's like, I want him to forget everything. Fucking Vicky skipped town. She's not dead. Just fuck this. I want him to know nothing about it. And I think maybe they're hinting at Damon feels bad that like, he upset Elena into slapping him. Because otherwise, he's just doing this just cause.
Doing it because I might be him being gifted.
So Damon goes in to do that, and Elena talks to Stefan about their relationship and how she is not a fan of all the shit that's been happening to her, but like she doesn't want him out of her life, and her life's a shit show, but you know, she wants him to be there. And then Damon's like, all right, yo, he's got a PS1 in there. Can I get
Can I have it?
Can I have it?
I can compel him to think he never had a PS1.
You borrowed the PS1 and I came to get it back. I want to play Cool Borders 2000.
I llove that every time he references PS1, it's a weird, obscure game.
Actually, let me check if Cool Borders 2000 was on the PS1. Oh, Cool Borders 3. There we go.
Cool Borders 3.
The game's fun. You should... Uh,
Probably get a PS1 emulator to try it. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
I have a PS2 emulator.
yeah, I can get you one. Don't worry. It's legal. Don't shut up. I owned a PS1. It's fine.
Get a legal copy.
Legal
of the
copy
game.
of the game.
And a used PlayStation 1.
I will throw the copy of Cool Borders 3 over 2,000 miles, and you'll have to catch it. All right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we'll do this.
We'll do it on a Wednesday, or maybe a few days ahead you'll throw it, and I'll catch it on Wednesday.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, legal.
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 Totally legal.
Let's see what our song list is. We got Open Arms by Gary Go. Who's that?
I don't know.
Fading Light by Final Flash.
Never heard of him.
Is that a DBZ reference? Like, what the fuck?
Well, because it's... Oh my god, you're right. There's a move called Final Flash.
That's Vegeta's move.
Vegeta's move.
What the shit?
Is this band named after the... I must know. I must know more about this band.
Let me look up the Final Flash band.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's a band. Googling them doesn't get me anything. Hold on.
Yeah, we get like a band camp, but not
Final
like a
Flash on
Wikipedia.
Spotify.
I find like another band called Flash and another band called Final.
Fading Light. Fading. They didn't do a lot. They did barely anything.
You could say that this show was their Final Flash.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, their album Homeless, which came out in 2009, it's a cool album cover. It's an owl, and it's got fish on it, and it's a tree. I feel like this was just some guy's band that they knew. I don't know.
Yeah, this was just like a local band that gave it a try. Probably didn't get a lot of like tours out. Where they decided to call
they have
it.
238 monthly listeners, so I don't know. Just go check them out, I guess.
How many Scrabbles is that?
I don't know how many Scrabbles that is. I'm sorry.
Fuck. What was the fucking website that did Scrabbles again?
Let me look up Scrabbles.
Thank you.
Last FM. Wait.
Last FM.
Hold on. Let me look up Final Flash on Last FM.
Yeah, let's look up how many Scrabbles they have.
Final Flash. Boop, boop, boop. I think they got rid of... Oh, they have 27,000 Scrabbles.
27,000 Scrabbles. That's not bad.
Wow, that's a lot of Scrabble.
That's a pretty good amount of Scrabbles. People are going to be so confused, but who cares? Continuing onwards. We have No One Sleeps When I'm Awake by The Sounds.
The Sounds.
Lose My Wife, to Lose My Life
My
by
wife.
White Line. I'm sorry. My kids. My job.
My wife.
Do it.
We got
All right, To Lose My Life by
Open
White
Hearts by The Long Cut. Fables by The Dodos.
I know none of these bands.
Sleep Alone by Bats for Lashes. I think that's the second Bats for Lashes we've gotten.
For Bat for Lashes, yeah.
Bat for Lashes. And then we got The Weight of Us by Sanders Bulk.
Sanders Bulk. Heard of none of these guys this time.
Yeah, I'm looking out for things I recognize.
Like even on a small, vague blip memory.
I feel like I can recognize a name if I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah. And just an interesting piece from the behind the scenes section on the wiki. Apparently Jeremy was the one who killed Vicky in the original script.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird. But I kind of actually feel like that would have been a more interesting twist to go with. I don't know.
I feel like that's more interesting. Also, it would make sense with his character arc later.
Yeah. He does become a vampire hunter, apparently. So I like the idea that he just...
When, in the original script, she gets fucking dusted when she gets staked, but now she just sort of turns kind of gray.
Turns gray. It's not bad. It's not bad like that, like corpse makeup at all.
No, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. This episode was chaotic as fuck.
Chaotic as fuck.
I really liked how chaotic it was.
We're just also very worried about when we get onto the low point of the ride.
I don't know why these episodes keep getting shorter, but they do.
I don't know. I don't know if it's so much. Are you talking about the episodes of Vampire Diaries?
No,
or is
episodes
it just...
of our show.
Oh,
It's just a really weird thing I noticed, but maybe it's just the fact that like we've established certain things. Like we don't have to keep telling people who the characters are over and over again, that kind of thing.
yeah.
But yeah, this episode's fucking crazy. I kind of like that about it, though.
That's crazy, and I like it. This is apparently the final episode of the first chapter of season 1, the Vicky chapter.
The Vicky arc.
We have just completed the Vicky arc.
Yeah, and then we'll get into part 2, and the pacing will be weird, and we'll have a completely different main character.
I hope we don't end up in a filler arc next. I hope that this is a
we go to a mysterious island where we have to play games of chance.
We're not gonna have a beach episode, are we?
Beach episode, woo! Get ready for a beach break.
Beaches in Virginia, of course.
There's a beach in Virginia, I think.
Oh fuck.
Isn't it called Virginia Beach?
I think you might be right.
This is not a good tourism guide. This is filmed in fucking Georgia.
This is not. It's filmed in a fictional town in Georgia.
It's filmed in a real town in Georgia about a fictional town in Virginia.
Oh wait, is it filmed in Georgia or am I just stupid?
They show the peach at the end of every episode.
Oh, you're right.
The Georgia peach that's like, hey, taxes are lower here for filming, so please film in Georgia. Yay.
Yeah.
Tax break. No.
Tax break.
So I think that'll about do it.
Yeah. Next time we will head into the tomb chapter.
The tomb chapter?
That's seriously what this next chapter is called.
Okay.
Of season 1.
Will there be the tomb of the boom?
Will we get diaries again?
Where's my diary?
Where is it?
I don't know how we end these.
Well, first of all, we almost forgot to plug our thing. In this case, the fact that you can find us on Twitter, or X as it is currently called.
X.
Unless you don't want to go there. And
I'm actually starting to like. Fuck X, actually.
I bailed as soon as Elon bought it, and I told
Megafighter bailed as soon as Elon Musk bought it. I quit a month later, but then I came back because I wanted to like chill my podcast.
But every subsequent thing that happens with Twitter has convinced me that I made the right choice.
It keeps getting worse, and now we're just like, there was a drill tweet that came, or a drill zeet, or whatever they call it now, about. Yes. I think it's about like we're reaching the functioning level of like a 90s GeoCities website.
Yes.
And he's kind of right.
Pretty right.
He's obsessed with the font of X, and it's just like, oh, we got to make the X like thicker and more bold. And it's like, yeah, but X is stupid.
So instead of going to Twitter or X Twitter, you can find us on Tumblr. We don't have like a specific vampire or These Hot Idiots Tumblr, but we do have Tumblr user at Megafighter343 and Tumblr user Ashe Nightshade.
Yes, we'll make more places to find us when we have more people to like watch our show.
Yeah, if you come, we will build it. Wait, that didn't.
If
sound
you come,
right.
I'll build a house. What?
Yes, yes, that's how that works.
I'm trying to think of like what would be a good thing to have the podcast on. I've started uploading video episodes of the podcast, but like remastered the audio slightly, and they'll be posted about a week behind the current episode count.
Yeah.
Just so incentive to get you to come to like whatever you get your normal podcasts, but you can get them on YouTube at they use ats now. You can search at These Hot Idiots on YouTube, and you'll get me.
Yeah.
Between episodes of my weird wrestling show I do sometimes.
Exactly. We are the most like
if you want a channel that does virtual wrestling federations and reviewing a TV show from 2009. That is.
We are so algorithm friendly.
Yeah.
The most algorithm friendly channel on YouTube. I like how your channel still says we are a weekly wrestling review podcast.
I haven't edited that yet.
All right, so I think that'll do it. I don't know. I might
make a These Hot Idiots Instagram. I just eventually.
Yeah.
On a day off, probably. All right, we're done.
All right, we're done.
See you later, brah.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.